Imitation. Imitation. Humans learn languages by imitation. Humans learn languages by imitation. Straw. Straw. Luffy is a captain wearing a straw hat. Luffy is a captain wearing a straw hat. Involve. Involve. Don't get me involved in your fight. Don't get me involved in your fight. Spin. Spin. The top is spinning on the ice. The top is spinning on the ice. Thrill. Thrill. She is enjoying the thrill of the Viking. She is enjoying the thrill of the Viking. Fireman. Fireman. The fireman is spraying water with the hose. The fireman is spraying water with the hose. Mars. Mars. NASA found traces of water on Mars. NASA found traces of water on Mars. Sigh. Sigh. He sighed with relief when he saw his son. He sighed with relief when he saw his son. Abroad. Abroad. I traveled abroad during the long holiday. I traveled abroad during the long holiday. Grave. Grave. My ancestor's grave is covered with grass. My ancestor's grave is covered with grass. Replace. Replace. We replaced the roof over the weekend. We replaced the roof over the weekend. Roman. Roman. The Roman warriors got on the chariots. The Roman warriors got on the chariots. Noodle. Noodle. He ate kimchi noodles for lunch. He ate kimchi noodles for lunch. Inner. Inner. The boss should listen to the inner's opinions. The boss should listen to the inner's opinions. Soul. Soul. The soul left the body after death. The soul left the body after death. Saying. Saying. I get precious wisdom from the saying. I get precious wisdom from the saying. Kneel. Kneel. The knight kneeled before the king. The knight kneeled before the king. Original. Original. Her original plan was different from the current one. Her original plan was different from the current one. Volcano. Volcano. The volcano exploded with lava. The volcano exploded with lava. Elder. Elder. My elder brother is 2 years older than me. My elder brother is 2 years older than me. Wed. Wed. The couple plans to wed next fall. The couple plans to wed next fall. Crane. Crane. The crane has long and slender legs. The crane has long and slender legs. Sneaker. Sneaker. She tightly tied the sneaker's laces. She tightly tied the sneaker's laces. Public. Public. He is a librarian at the public library. He is a librarian at the public library. Edit. Edit. Please edit this report by Friday. Please edit this report by Friday. Raindrop. Raindrop. Raindrops fell on my head from the sky. Raindrops fell on my head from the sky. Politic. Politic. Saving money is a politic behavior. Saving money is a politic behavior. Locker. Locker. She put her personal stuff in the locker. She put her personal stuff in the locker. Spot. Spot. I have many spots on my face. I have many spots on my face. Examination. Examination. The math examination was very difficult. The math examination was very difficult. pot, pot. She is boiling water in the pot. She is boiling water in the pot. Intimate, intimate. They keep an intimate relationship. They keep an intimate relationship. Lunar, lunar. The lunar shape changes with time. The lunar shape changes with time. Principle, principle. These machines work on the same principle. These machines work on the same principle. Drawer, drawer. She put an eraser in the desk's drawer. She put an eraser in the desk's drawer. Usually, usually. What time does your school usually end? What time does your school usually end? Berry, berry. The squirrel buried peanuts and chestnuts in the ground. The squirrel buried peanuts and chestnuts in the ground. Summary, summary. The instructor provides a summary of the lecture. The instructor provides a summary of the lecture. Deal, deal. I deal soy sauce and tofu with that company. I deal soy sauce and tofu with that company. Fellow, fellow. He's a good fellow whom I can trust. He's a good fellow whom I can trust. Relay, relay. She relayed the news to her family. She relayed the news to her family. Entire, entire. I summarized the entire content in one sentence. I summarized the entire content in one sentence. Sunrise, sunrise. I had to leave home before sunrise. I had to leave home before sunrise. Area, area. The hunter is familiar with this area. The hunter is familiar with this area. Flatter, flatter. That employee often flatters the boss. That employee often flatters the boss. Shape, shape. The shape of bicycle wheels is a circle. The shape of bicycle wheels is a circle. Duty, duty. He has the duty to support his family. He has the duty to support his family. Injury, injury. She can't walk well with her leg injury. She can't walk well with her leg injury. Repair, repair. I repaired a broken iron. I repaired a broken iron. Insert, insert. He inserted a coin into the vending machine. He inserted a coin into the vending machine. Element, element. This material is made of two elements. This material is made of two elements. Cheer, cheer. The cheerleader cheered the soccer players. The cheerleader cheered the soccer players. Stare, stare. The boxers stared at each other in the eyes. The boxers stared at each other in the eyes. Bedside, bedside. He pulled the table towards the bedside. He pulled the table towards the bedside. Disadvantage, disadvantage. My disadvantage is lack of experience. My disadvantage is lack of experience. Attract, attract. Her new clothes attracted my attention. Her new clothes attracted my attention. Appetizer, appetizer. Have bread and crackers as appetizers. Have bread and crackers as appetizers. Straight, straight. I drew a straight line with a ruler. I drew a straight line with a ruler. Germ, germ. Dirty hands have many germs. Dirty hands have many germs. Community, community. A family is the smallest community. A family is the smallest community.
Trap, trap.
The hunter put meat in the trap as bait. The hunter put meat in the trap as bait.
Privacy, privacy.
I don't interfere with her privacy. I don't interfere with her privacy.
Heart attack, heart attack.
He died of a heart attack last night. He died of a heart attack last night.
Recently, recently.
These types of cookies sell well recently. These types of cookies sell well recently.
Automobile, automobile.
An automobile is a necessity for modern people. An automobile is a necessity for modern people.
Niece, niece.
The uncle gave his niece a lot of pocket money. The uncle gave his niece a lot of pocket money.
Action, action.
I'll turn my determination into action. I'll turn my determination into action.
Clan, clan.
Son Goku is a battle clan known as warrior. Son Goku is a battle clan known as warrior.
Social, social.
Humans are originally social animals. Humans are originally social animals.
Beak, beak.
The parrot's beak is short and curved. The parrot's beak is short and curved.
Wanted, wanted.
He's an urgently wanted criminal. He's an urgently wanted criminal.
Elsewhere, elsewhere.
He decided to look for a job elsewhere. He decided to look for a job elsewhere.
Drift, drift.
She saw the paper boat drift. She saw the paper boat drift.
Clerk, clerk.
The clerk put a price tag on the items on the shelf. The clerk put a price tag on the items on the shelf.
Stormy, stormy.
Take your raincoat on a stormy day. Take your raincoat on a stormy day.
Jaw, jaw.
He can't speak clearly because of his injured jaw. He can't speak clearly because of his injured jaw.
Cucumber, cucumber.
She put slices of cucumber on her face. She put slices of cucumber on her face.
Well done, well done.
I ordered my steak well done. I ordered my steak well done.
Doctorate, doctorate.
He got a doctorate from the university. He got a doctorate from the university.
Twist, twist.
I made a line by twisting the straw. I made a line by twisting the straw.
Steer, steer.
The crew used the paddle to steer the boat. The crew used the paddle to steer the boat.
Temple, temple.
Magnificent temples are mainly in the mountains. Magnificent temples are mainly in the mountains.
Plenty, plenty.
She has plenty of money in her wallet. She has plenty of money in her wallet.
Realize, realize.
He didn't realize his parents' love for him. He didn't realize his parents' love for him.
Welcoming, welcoming.
The villagers held a welcoming party. The villagers held a welcoming party.
Handcuff, handcuff.
The police put handcuffs on his wrists. The police put handcuffs on his wrists.
Supply, supply.
The tree supplies oxygen to humans. The tree supplies oxygen to humans.
Voluntary, voluntary.
Voluntary students are helping teachers. Voluntary students are helping teachers.
Everyone, everyone.
Everyone wants to live a healthy life. Everyone wants to live a healthy life.
Recycle. Recycle.
I recycle bottles and paper in several ways. I recycle bottles and paper in several ways.
Disappear. Disappear.
This spot will disappear tomorrow. This spot will disappear tomorrow.
Rear. Rear.
The front and rear of this boat are very similar. The front and rear of this boat are very similar.
Nod. Nod.
He nodded his head up and down. He nodded his head up and down.
Schoolwork. Schoolwork.
My father's unemployment made me stop my schoolwork. My father's unemployment made me stop my schoolwork.
Thumb. Thumb.
The child is sucking his thumb with his mouth. The child is sucking his thumb with his mouth.
Polite. Polite.
The gentleman is generous and polite. The gentleman is generous and polite.
Crowded. Crowded.
The subway is crowded with many people. The subway is crowded with many people.
Golden. Golden.
This hen laid golden eggs every day. This hen laid golden eggs every day.
Skip. Skip.
I skip the difficult questions during the exam. I skip the difficult questions during the exam.
Promising. Promising.
The young man has a promising future. The young man has a promising future.
Decision. Decision. He does not regret his decision. He does not regret his decision. Gaze. Gaze. She gazed at me in amazement. She gazed at me in amazement. Pitcher. Pitcher. I want to be a pitcher who pitches balls well. I want to be a pitcher who pitches balls well. Breeze. Breeze. The flag fluttered back and forth in the breeze. The flag fluttered back and forth in the breeze. Former. Former. His former job was a catcher. His former job was a catcher. Ponytail. Ponytail. She tied her daughter's hair in a ponytail. She tied her daughter's hair in a ponytail. Weekly. Weekly. My sick father weakly called my name. My sick father weakly called my name. Happiness. Happiness. Wealth does not always bring happiness. Wealth does not always bring happiness. Grand. Grand. There is a grand door at the castle. There is a grand door at the castle. Teenage. Teenage. Teenage culture is different from adult culture. Teenage culture is different from adult culture. Pain. Pain. She felt a big pain because of her cancer. She felt a big pain because of her cancer. Grief. Grief. His wife's death led him to fall into deep grief. His wife's death led him to fall into deep grief. Bookkeeper. Bookkeeper. I worked as a bookkeeper at the bank. I worked as a bookkeeper at the bank. Industry. Industry. The semiconductor industry is important in Korea. The semiconductor industry is important in Korea. Disaster. Disaster. Floods and droughts are typical natural disasters. Floods and droughts are typical natural disasters. Grown up. Grown up. My daughter sometimes speaks like a grown-up. My daughter sometimes speaks like a grown-up. Tide. Tide. The height of the river depends on the tide. The height of the river depends on the tide. Introduction. Introduction. I did my introduction very well. I did my introduction very well. Media. Media. We depend on the media for information. We depend on the media for information. May. May. You may use this room for a while. You may use this room for a while. Edge. Edge. He rubbed the edge of the table with sandpaper. He rubbed the edge of the table with sandpaper. Toss. Toss. A volleyball player tossed a ball to his opponent. A volleyball player tossed a ball to his opponent. Nearby. Nearby. Is there a post office nearby? Is there a post office nearby? Seem. Seem. She seems to be busy nowadays. She seems to be busy nowadays. Own. Own. Feel free to express your own opinions. Feel free to express your own opinions. Base. Base. The village is located at the base of a mountain. The village is located at the base of a mountain. Broad. Broad. They built a broad highway. They built a broad highway. Enemy. Enemy. Our troops fought fiercely with the enemy. Our troops fought fiercely with the enemy. Male. Male. The male bird is singing for the female bird. The male bird is singing for the female bird. Miser. Miser. The miser hid his property in the closet. The miser hid his property in the closet. Vision. Vision. He wears glasses because he has bad vision. He wears glasses because he has bad vision. Beauty. Beauty. He was attracted to her beauty at first sight. He was attracted to her beauty at first sight. Pure. Pure. The king made a crown out of pure gold. The king made a crown out of pure gold. Symbol. Symbol. The national flag is the symbol of the country. The national flag is the symbol of the country. Duel. Duel. The duel between the two fencers was fierce. The duel between the two fencers was fierce. Balance. Balance. He lost balance on the tree and fell. He lost balance on the tree and fell. Shoemaker. Shoemaker. The shoemaker is repairing my shoes. The shoemaker is repairing my shoes. Chamber. Chamber. I locked the door of my practice chamber. I locked the door of my practice chamber. Depth. Depth. The depth of this pond is over 3 meters. The depth of this pond is over 3 meters. Flour. Flour. She mixed flour and milk in a bowl. She mixed flour and milk in a bowl. Skinny. Skinny. Fashion magazines are full of skinny models. Fashion magazines are full of skinny models. Unify. Unify. The new president unified the divided country. The new president unified the divided country. Dip. Dip. A blacksmith dipped a hot sword into the water. A blacksmith dipped a hot sword into the water. Surprise. Surprise. Her confession was enough to surprise him. Her confession was enough to surprise him. Childlike. Childlike. He did homework with childlike handwriting. He did homework with childlike handwriting. Workshop. Workshop. What is the theme of this Wanju workshop? What is the theme of this Wanju workshop? Coworker. Coworker. She works with a coworker in the office. She works with a coworker in the office. Miss. Miss. He regretted that he missed the opportunity. He regretted that he missed the opportunity. Dustbin. Dustbin. She threw away the tissue into the dustbin. She threw away the tissue into the dustbin. Dumb. Dumb. A dumb man communicated with his hands. A dumb man communicated with his hands. Flashlight. Flashlight. I shone a flashlight at a rat hole. I shone a flashlight at a rat hole. Mostly. Mostly. The movie got mostly negative reviews. The movie got mostly negative reviews. Captain. Captain. Luffy is the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates. Luffy is the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates. Dialogue. Dialogue. The dialogue between the two people was recorded. The dialogue between the two people was recorded. Heal. Heal. Music can heal a patient's heart. Music can heal a patient's heart. Prefer. Prefer. She prefers the countryside to the city. She prefers the countryside to the city. Cheap. Cheap. Pears are expensive, but bananas are cheap. Pears are expensive, but bananas are cheap. Mount. Mount. She mounted the hill to watch the sunset. She mounted the hill to watch the sunset. Cling. Cling. The lizard clung fast to the ceiling. The lizard clung fast to the ceiling. Cemetery. Cemetery. My grandfather was buried in the family cemetery. My grandfather was buried in the family cemetery. Perfume. Perfume. She sprayed perfume on her wrist. She sprayed perfume on her wrist. Leather. Leather. Briefcases made of leather are expensive. Briefcases made of leather are expensive. Chant. Chant. The crowd chanted the name of the winner. The crowd chanted the name of the winner. Formal. Formal. He put a formal document on the bulletin board. He put a formal document on the bulletin board. Medical. Medical. A stethoscope is a common medical tool. A stethoscope is a common medical tool. Fry. Fry. She fried the squid in oil. She fried the squid in oil. Bargain. Bargain. That's a real bargain at that price. That's a real bargain at that price. Echo. Echo. I heard my echo when I shouted in the valley. I heard my echo when I shouted in the valley. Laziness. Laziness. He missed a good chance because of his laziness. He missed a good chance because of his laziness. Teasing. Teasing. She kicked her teasing little brother hard. She kicked her teasing little brother hard. Recover. Recover. He is recovering from the car accident. He is recovering from the car accident. Flight. Flight. The flight from Korea to America was comfortable. The flight from Korea to America was comfortable. Advance. Advance. Our forces were ready for the enemy's advance. Our forces were ready for the enemy's advance. Over here. Over here. She overheard the boss's conversation. She overheard the boss's conversation. Trunk, trunk. The car slammed into the trunk of the tree. The car slammed into the trunk of the tree. Tense, tense. She was really tense because of the entrance exam. She was really tense because of the entrance exam. Furry, furry. A rabbit is a small furry animal. A rabbit is a small furry animal. Poet, poet. The poet writes the beauty of nature into a poem. The poet writes the beauty of nature into a poem. Waste, waste. The challenge was the waste of time and money. The challenge was the waste of time and money. President, president. A president is a leader of a nation. A president is a leader of a nation. Steam, steam. The small bathroom is full of steam. The small bathroom is full of steam. Bottom, bottom. Hold on to the bottom of the ladder. Hold on to the bottom of the ladder. Freedom, freedom. Individuals have freedom of expression. Individuals have freedom of expression. Halt, halt. He halted at the edge of the cliff. He halted at the edge of the cliff. Ever, ever. Have you ever been to London? Have you ever been to London? Ancestor, ancestor. Our ancestors left an outstanding heritage. Our ancestors left an outstanding heritage. Cultural, cultural. I have experienced cultural shock in China. I have experienced cultural shock in China. Sailboat, sailboat. A sailboat is a ship that moves with wind power. A sailboat is a ship that moves with wind power. Fashionable, fashionable. Straight hair is a fashionable hairstyle. Straight hair is a fashionable hairstyle. Face down, face down. Don't walk face down on the road. Don't walk face down on the road. Express, express. A singer expresses emotions through their lyrics. A singer expresses emotions through their lyrics. Expect, expect. I didn't expect him to visit me. I didn't expect him to visit me. Violence, violence. The robber used violence on the citizen. The robber used violence on the citizen. Court, court. The judge applies the law in court strictly. The judge applies the law in court strictly. Fable, fable. We have learned useful lessons from fables. We have learned useful lessons from fables. Landscape, landscape. The landscape from the hill is wonderful. The landscape from the hill is wonderful. Credit, credit. Don't trust someone who usually has no credit. Don't trust someone who usually has no credit. Previous, previous. I reopened the previous page. I reopened the previous page. Treat, treat. The party owner treated the guest kindly. The party owner treated the guest kindly. Judgment, judgment. She believed in his judgment and followed him. She believed in his judgment and followed him.